Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, okay. Good evening, man. Good evening. How are you doing? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I think we have enough people here now, so we can just. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Please confirm you can hear me. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Please confirm you can hear me.
I guess it's our
Okay,
network.
orí ọ̀fẹ́ àti àtúndì ọ̀fẹ́ àti àti adé ti dé Jésù fún mi ládé nígbà àwọn mùsùlùmí. Sorry, àwọn ọmọdé ayọ̀ mi. So, good evening. Thank you. Hello, please. Good evening. Confirm you can hear me. I
I can hear you.
okay, okay. Sorry. Sorry for coming late. I was in other um onboarding session. Products and front end, product and front end. Sorry. So um, good evening once again. Sorry for coming late. I'm sorry. Your Bible say go by the Danon. Sorry for coming late. Sorry. So I bid you welcome to this onboarding session. Um, I'm excited to have you here on behalf of the entire Dive Africa team. It is good to have you here. We are very good. We are very glad to have you here, and we are here to guide you. We are here and ready to guide you every step of the way. At Dive Africa, we believe technology is not just a career path; it is a tool for transforming life and shaping Africa's future. Because the world is going tech. If you check the stock market now, I think it was this morning I saw that OpenAI, that's ChatGPT parent company, is worth over $500 billion. Over $500 billion. So, and before we check, before let's say before the Q4 quarter four of next year is going to it might cost over $1 trillion, which is a lot. So it is a tech company that is making wave now. We have companies that has been around for years, for decades, that don't worth half of that amount. So it is tech is not just a career path; it is a tool for transforming. So that is why we plan to give out to the community to teach people, Africans, um, the tech skills that will make them relevant in the community. Even Nvidia, I think Nvidia is over $1 trillion shares, over $1 trillion valuation. That's the valuation. So, and ChatGPT, that's opening. I think they came, I think, not less than 3 years ago, and see what they have done. Um, Acknowledgement. I would like to thank the instructor, because this is a voluntary work. They are here to give back to the community. It is a volunteer. They record the classes and all recorded classes and all that. We have our engineers. We have the dive team. So it's a lot. It is a lot. It might be free to you, but it's not free to everyone. Like salvation is free, but you have to buy Bible. It cost Jesus his blood. You understand? So, but it is free to us. By grace we have been saved. But it takes a lot. It took Jesus his blood, his stone in heaven and all that. So this might be free to you, but it's not free. So we thanks to the instructor that made that made this happen. Thanks to the Dive Africa team, and thanks to the community manager. So, and lastly, thanks to you too, for trusting us with your growth journey. Thank you for planning for the commitment to build on yourself, to work on yourself, to gain these skills. Because without you, we might plan to, oh, let's help the African community to get into tech. But if you don't show up, what can we do? It's not possible. We can't be teaching ourselves now. So thank you for planning for choosing to invest in yourself. The greatest investment you can make in life is what? Is to invest in yourself. If you invest in stock option, stock might go down. If you invest in crypto, it might go bad. So, but thank you for investing in yourself. Thank you so much. The schedule um, of this course is 3 months, 3 months, 2 months of intensive training and 1 month of boot camp. So 2 months of intensive training, you'll be learning the theory aspect and the you'll be learning the theory aspect and the boot and the practical, because this is a practical course. Tech is practical. So the more you learn, the more practical it gets. So the layout, the user map, the wireframe and all that. So it is practical. So the 2 months is for that. Then the remaining 1 month is for you to practice, to put in action, to put in practice whatever you have learned in the theory and semi-practical part. So and you'll be for this course, Rising Elements, we built an MLS platform where users, where students will watch recorded classes and take the assessment. They watch pre-recorded classes and take the assessment. So on the LMS, um, that's that. And we'll be having tribe because yeah, the tribe is a group of your colleagues, where let's say 2 to 5 people. We call it your first aid. Your first aid, whatever you don't understand in class, in the pre-recorded classes. So you first take it to your tribe mates, to your tribe colleagues. So if they don't understand, then you can bring it to the live class when you ask question. So every weekend we will have live classes. We have live classes every weekend that you can. It's an opportunity to ask questions from your instructors. So if whatever you don't understand, then you can bring it to him. It's for Q and A's. Those are for the live classes. And fortnightly, we'll be having mentorship, like a mentorship section, where we'll bring experts from your um, from experts, professionals from your industry. That's for to you now, product design. That you are your designer. They will come and tell you how they make it, how they break through, and how you can do it too. So they will just be here to aspire to perspire. All these motivational speaker. They will be here to mentor you, to motivate you. Can we did it, so you can do it too. So the structure and communication, we are using Slack as the official communication platform. Slack is the official communication platform. You have people continue to ask me this question. Oh, I don't know how to use Slack. So Slack is just like WhatsApp. Nobody will teach you how to use. Nobody taught you how to use WhatsApp. So nobody will teach you how to use Slack. It is the official but we created a WhatsApp channel. Whatever you miss on the Slack channel, that's official message that you miss on the WhatsApp channel. Yeah, Slack channel, you see it on the WhatsApp channel. You see it on the WhatsApp channel. Um, so but Slack is where you can ask questions and all that. Um, so we that are giving in all this, that we are volunteering our time and all our resources. So the least that we expect from you is commitment. The expect your commitment. The least we expect from you is your commitment. So uh, that is the least we expect. So we expect you to be disciplined, to collaborate with other member of your team and all. So that will be all for me tonight. Please, Mr. Yakub, are you there, sir? Mr. Yakub, for introduction, he is the instructor for this cohort. That's the product design instructor. So, Mr. Yakub, please, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of
Please
course, sir.
to
Thank you
confirm
so
you
much.
can hear me loud and clear. Please, please confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Okay. All right.
Yes,
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, Once again, I can see someone raising his or her hand, and I want to believe that is a mistake because we haven't started at all. And if it's about what Mr. Yemi has talked about earlier, please you can just pen down your questions, and after the um onboarding session there's room for questions and answers. So thank you once again. Good evening. Welcome to product design track onboarding section. My name is Yakubola Demiji, and I will be your instructor for the product design track here at dive Techstar bootcamp. So first of all, let me say how excited I am to see all of you here. You know, you've taken a bold step into tech, and this program is going to open doors for you in ways you might not even imagine yet. And for the record, the last cohort, we have students that are doing well in the industry now. And that's why I said that it will open doors for you in ways that you might not even imagine yet. You understand? So there's a lot that you need to put into it. But as we journey into the um course, you would understand better. So and now before we go deeper into the body section, and I would like to ask a question. If have you ever used an app that felt so easy, smooth, and enjoyable that you didn't even think about it? Like you've used an app, either one or two, and you felt so easy, smooth. If you have used any, just type the name in the chat box. Let's quickly do that. Just type the name in the chat box. So let me see. Okay, I can see CDK. Okay, OP, Uda, Powerwise, WhatsApp, Pampi, Instagram. All right, that's great to know that you've experienced and you've used an application that is so smooth, easy, and enjoyable. Okay, so if you notice that all those applications that you've mentioned, they just work. You know, they just work like you've mentioned: WhatsApp, Instagram, Carrywise, Kuda, and the likes. You understand? That is the power of good product design. You understand? That is the power of what good product design. And on the other hand, maybe you've also used applications or websites that frustrated you. You know, you got into the website or you downloaded an application and you felt so confused. You don't know what to do, and it just doesn't make sense to you. If you've used any like that, you can just still list them in the chat box. Let's just see if you've experienced any of that. Or you've used a website whereby the process just took you, like it took forever to load or something like that, or you just understand what to do on the website or on the application. You don't understand the process and you felt so lost, and until you have to be calling or you listen. Okay, someone just mentioned Momo app. Wow. All right. So when you experience such, it means that the design thinking was ignored. Why building the applications? So all right, thank you. Or your friend said he or she has experienced such with a website. Okay, all right. So that leads us to what product design is exactly. I know most of you must have heard one or two things about product design, and some don't just know what it is exactly. They just kind of, okay, I think this is product design. Let me just click on this. Let me just go for this. All right. So this body session is just to give you clarity and to erase all form of what confusion. So you have a clarity about what you want to go into exactly. And if you later felt like, okay, I've made a mistake, I think I can still go for it. It's fine. It's just to give you clarity. So what is product design? Essentially, please do confirm if you can see my screen. Just give a thumbs up. Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So essentially, product design involves solving problems for people through digital products. And this includes applications, websites, and tools. Do you understand? So basically, in a basic form, basic understanding is that product design is all about what? Solving problems for people. Underline the word solving problems and people. Do you understand? It involves solving problems and people through digital products. Do you understand? So if you look at you've mentioned some apps earlier, and these are part of it. These are applications that a product designer has designed, and you are enjoying it now. And on the other hand, if you are not enjoying the app, that means that the product designer has done what? A bad job. Do you understand? So product design is not just about making things look nice. Do you understand? It's about making your product, making things useful. The product must be useful. That is, it must actually solve a real problem. It must actually solve what? A real problem. If you look at the WhatsApp, for example, WhatsApp is solving a problem that is connecting you, chatting with another person effortlessly. It's solving a communication problem. You don't need to start looking for airtime to what? To call or to go in to meet people to chat with them. You can just chat with them from the comfort of your what? Of your home or wherever you are. Do you understand? That is, it is useful. So the usefulness is about solving real problem. If it's not solving real problem, it is useless, basically. So it is about making things useful. Another one it is making things usable. Do you understand? It is making things usable. That is what that thing that product that is useful, people can use it. Someone mentioned a website that he or she had frustration with. Do you understand? The website may be useful, but for this particular user, is not usable. Do you understand? That is, people can't figure them out without frustration. Do you understand? So when you design a product, when a product doesn't have what ASU, when people can when users you can use your product without ASU, without frustration, that means that your product that you just designed is what is usable, aside from the fact that it is useful. Note, a product can be useful and not usable. You understand? So another one is that it will be desirable. You understand? People enjoy it and it's engaging. Do you understand? So what am I trying to say? That product design is about making things useful, usable, and desirable. Do you understand? We are talking about applications, we are talking about websites, we are talking about products like your phones, your phone applications, websites that you can mention, and we have the smart TV and the likes. Do you understand? It's something that a pro designer must what? Must design, or design rather. So a product designer, think of it as a product designer is like an architect of the digital experience. Do you understand? It just as an architect design houses people can live in comfortably. Do you understand? Comfortably. It's very essential that people use your product comfortably. Product designer create digital spaces people can use comfortably too. Do you understand? Just like an architect design a house that is useful, usable, and desirable. You as a product designer too, you design a product that is comfortable, usable, useful, and desirable. Do you understand? So now think of it as product design being the edge, being the bridge between user needs and technology. Product design being the bridge between what user need and what and technology. You know, I do see that product design is where empathy meets technology. Product design is where empathy meets technology. Do you understand? Because you as a product designer, you know that you are designing for the users. So you always what take the user into what into consideration. That is, you always empathize with the users. You understand? You know, in what's it called, in a tech space, we always have the developers, that is those that focuses on the technology aspects. We focus on the technology aspects, and we have the what's it called, we have the product managers, we have the project managers, and you are here with you as the what, you as the product designer. Are we together? Can just give a thumbs up if we are following. All right, thank you. All right, thank you so much. So what am I trying to say is that you as a product designer, You are a problem solver. Always see yourself as a problem solver. That is solving real time problem, real world problem. We have products now that you yourself you are using that is solving your problem and you are happy with it. So now imagine that you design a product that people are using comfortably. Do you know how excited you will be? Do you know how happy you will be? Even if they don't know the person who designed it, but you yourself, you know that okay, I'm comfortable, that I'm happy, I have joy, and I'm glad that people are what? People are using this product. So let's go to the roles of product designer. Do you understand? See, one thing is this, that listen to this. Product design is a very wide field. Do you understand? There's a lot in product design. Do you understand? A single designer may wear many hats. A single designer may have um divers of roles, especially if you are working in a startup. Do you understand? Especially when you find yourself in a startup. That is why you must what? Pay attention to every key aspect of what? Of this journey. Pay attention to every key aspect of this what? Of this course called product design. Do you understand? We have a role like UX designer, that is user interface designer, yeah, user experience designer rather. You understand? They focuses on the flow, the structure, and the usability. Do you understand? They, how easy it is for the users to get from point A to B. They are in charge of that. They make sure that the experience is what is top notch. The experience is what is desirable. The experience is pleasurable. The experience is what enjoyable. Do you understand? We have the UI designer, that is the user interface designer. They focuses on what? On the visuals. Do you understand? They focuses on the visuals, that is the colors, the typography, the spacings, the layout. So they make sure that all these things align with the user experience. They make sure that everything aligns with what? With the goal of the product. Do you understand? And they focus on how it feels, how it looks. That is the aesthetics part of what? Of the product. We also have the interaction designers. Do you understand? They focuses on the micro interactions like animations, how the button, the state of the button from the active state to the inactive state to the selected state of the button, and they focuses on what? On feedbacks. Do you understand? So does the button give feedback when clicked? So they are in charge of that. When you select a button, does it give the desired feedback that is needed to what? To give. So the interaction designers focuses on that. And we also have the visual designers. They create branding elements. You see, they design icons and the visuals that make the product appealing. You'll be working with icons on when we get to the practical aspects. The visual designers say what they do, what they design the icons. And we have the product designer, that is, I call them the generalists. You understand? They focus on every aspect of these roles. Do you understand? Just like I said, that in case you find yourself in a startup or in a small organization whereby they are not separated, you make trust me, believe me, you'll be the one to do all this work. Do you understand? You do the research, do the UI design, do the interaction, do the select icons. Do you understand? So that's that for the roles of what? Of a product designer. Do you understand? And as a product designer, or as if you find yourself in each of these roles, the key is what? Is to what? Collaborate with each other. That is collaboration. Do you understand? I was still speaking about collaboration in the latter part of this onboarding session, because it's a skill you must what? You must acquire. Do you understand? If you want to thrive in this industry. Do you understand? Designer don't just work in isolation. Do you understand? You work with developers, you work with product managers, you work with project managers, you work with stakeholders, you work with the marketing team, a product from the starting to the finish, that is from the starting to launch. Do you understand? So you work with all this, you collaborate with every team members in the what? In the product team. So that is the work of what? Of a product designer. You understand? So a product designer, you don't just focus on what? On just building a product. You are concerned about what? You make sure that the product meet the user need and also the business need. I'll take that again. As a product designer, you must make sure that the product meets user need and the business need, because you're not just concerned about the product just going out, going live. You are also concerned about how well the product is doing in the market. Do you understand? Is this particular product generating revenue? Do you understand? So that is when you have fulfillment. Your fulfillment doesn't just stop after launching the product. Your fulfillment comes when the product is doing well. Do you understand? That is, you always monitor. Oh wow, is there any feedback is there we need to work on? Is there anything that is still causing an issue or frustration to the users? So you come back, you iterate and work on the feedback and launch again, just to make sure that the product generates revenue. That is why, as a product designer, you always think as a business person. Do you understand? You always think as a business person and always put the user at the forefront of your design, of your solution. So we have career paths in product design. We have career paths in product design. Product design is one of the fastest growing fields in tech, and there are multiple paths you can take. That is, after this boot camp, you can choose. I've talked about it little. So, but if you want to specialize in one part, the specialist part, we have the UX designer, the UI designer, UX research, the UX writer, or we call them the technical writer. You can choose to be a technical writer if you are good with writing. So you must have acquired enough skills to understand technical terms or user experience things. So you write about the user experience of of a product. You can also choose to be a researcher. Do you understand? If you are the type that you pay attention to details and you are always calm and patient, you know how to observe, you know how to empathize, you can focus on this specialist part, a part called the you can become a US researcher, that is user experience researcher. And you can also be a UI designer, that is, you are good with fonts, you are good with colors, you understand color psychology, you understand how to bring to pair font, you understand typography, you understand, and you can focus on UI designer. Do you understand? You can focus on UI design rather and to become a UI designer. You understand? And you can focus on, you can be a interaction design, that is creating animations, interacting with products, with elements in it, in your design. So anyone you feel you want to choose, you can choose. No limitations, no barrier, but you just have to find yourself in the right environment at the right time. Do you understand? You have the generalist, that is a pro designer. You have to touch it, you have to know a bit of, you have to know everything and work on everything. You understand? It's important you even know this, because you never know, as you're starting out, you may not start from you may not find yourself in a big organization like the metaverse, like the Google, like Mandela and the likes. You might just find yourself in um a startup, and the job role is a product designer. You are applying as a product designer, and you have to do everything. To understand? And also we have a part called the cross-functional part, whereby as a product designer, you now got to a stage whereby you now feel like, okay, I want to transition into product management. Do you understand? You want to transition into building, that is entrepreneurship. That is, you want to now, okay, I've gotten experience to a certain level, and I want to build my own product. I want to start my own what's it called? Start my own company. You understand? That is, you are transitioning to another career path within the tech field. Do you understand? And the exciting thing is this: whether you are artistic, analytic, or strategic, there's a there's a place for you in product design. That's just the good thing about the product design. There is a place for you in product design. whether you're artistic, whether you're analytic, whether you're strategic, know that there's a place for you in product design. You just need to what? To know what you are good. You need to know your strength. You understand? You need to understand your core strength, and then you what? To go with it. You understand? So what you will learn in this product design track, okay, so by the end of this training, by the end of this program, you'll be able to design an end-to-end digital product. Believe me, you'll be able to design an end-to-end digital product if you put your mind into it. You are consistent, and you are committed. Do you understand? And you'll be able to design basically end-to-end digital products, and we will go from step by step through the user research, that is understanding people's real needs, to wireframing, that is planning how an app or site should work. You understand? That's the wireframing aspect. That, and we to another step called UI design. You're making it beautiful, making it appealing, the aesthetics part, making it easy to use. They will now move towards the prototyping, that is bringing whatever you've designed, all those screens, bringing them to life, bringing your ideas to life, whereby they cannot test. That is checking if it actually work for the users, and if there is a need for what, for you to iterate and or work on the feedbacks. Do you understand? So you will move from beginner to someone who can design real usable and useful desirable products. Are you excited already? If you're excited already, you can just give a some thumbs. All right, thank you. So the most important thing is that you move from a beginner to someone who can design real products, someone who can design a useful product, someone who can design a usable product, and someone who can design a desired product. And I want you to know that it is not a rocket science, it's just a process, it's a stage. You understand? And believe me, I have once been in this stage, though not virtual, a physical test school. And what am I trying to say? I've once been in this stage, and the last cohort, those that are doing well in the industry today, they were once in this stage. So don't see it as something that is hard. It's just something that you need to understand the basics, be committed, consistent, and put your time to it. Do you understand? And what to expect from this track, from this product design track, is you'll be having a kind of an hands-on project to practice design, to practice reward design. That is, Mr. Chris said it yesterday, on, was it on Tuesday rather, when we were doing the general onboarding session, that you'll be having a two case study, that is the personal and the group one. So you'll be having two projects. So that is also, that is reward project. Do you understand? That is solving reward problem. And collaboration with peers, with your members, with your colleagues, like in real-time product teams. That is, you'll be learning collaboration as you journey in this product design. Because when you get to the market, or when you get to the industry, you'll be collaborating with a lot of people, a lot of team members in the product design, product development team. I shared it earlier. You'll be collaborating with the developers, that is the front-end developers, the back-end developers. You'll be collaborating with the product managers, those that will design the strategies. Do you understand? Those that will be designing the product, the requirement documents, and the likes. You'll be collaborating with the project managers, those that will be overseeing the entire project cycle. Do you understand? You'll be collaborating with the marketing team, with the sales team, with the stakeholders or managers also. Do you understand? So you must learn how to what? Collaborate with them. And you'll be having what? Feedbacks and mentorship to sharpen your what? Your design thinking. Do you understand? Design thinking is one thing that you need to know, and is very key in what? In product development or product design. Do you understand? When we get to the class proper, you will be learning about product design, product design thinking. That is design thinking basically, and the stages. Do you understand? So Mr. Adeyemi talked about the mentorship aspect. So it's a loaded and rich this thing for you. And I don't believe that you've gotten the curriculum as at now. And if you haven't gotten it, I believe Mr. Adeyemi will do justice to that, and you would have seen your curriculum step by step from week one to the last week. You understand? So you will surely have a strong foundation to start or grow a career in design. Believe me, you surely have a strong foundation to start or grow a career in what? In design. So expectations, as we move forward in this track, here is what I expect from you. Listen to this now. These are the things I expect of you. Number one is curiosity. Be curious. Always ask why. As a product designer, you have to what? Be very curious. Curiosity is a skill that is need that you surely need as a product designer. You should always ask why. Ask why. In fact, after this program, in fact, not even after this program, as you join into this program, you will start to be questioning a lot of things. In fact, you can go inside, you can go into a restaurant, and will be questioning like why is this, why is the payment or the checkout process like this? Or you go into a store and you're like, why is this so stressful? Why is the process so stressful? When you go to a restaurant and you just want to eat and you are going through all this kind of stress, you understand? It is frustration already on you as a user. You start questioning a lot of things. I did that when I was in tech school. You understand? I could remember I and my colleagues went to eat what's it called? Amala. You understand? And when we got there, for the first time, I was hungry, famished, and I was like going from one stage to the other, and it's so stressful. Do you understand? I had to call the manager that okay, you can do it this way, you can do it this way. And if you have been making 1,000 naira before per day, you will see that you will make more money after implementing this strategy I'm giving to you. Do you understand? I'm talking from a place of what? Product design. It is not a digital product, but I can, through because of my design thinking, I could what? Share one or two things. And as a user, I was putting myself as a user and also as a product designer. And I could remember after years back, I went there and the product designer was like, wow, I realized that they've implemented it, and the manager there was like appreciative, was appreciating that he has been looking for myself. I've left this area, but I'm just back for work and everything. Do you understand? So you always question a lot of things. You have to be curious. Do you understand? You always ask, why is this? Why is that? Do you understand? Another one is empathy. You have to what? Be empathetic. Do you understand? Remember that you are solving problems for people. You are dealing with users here, people, not just making things pretty. So product design is not just making things pretty. You have to focus on what? On the functionality. You have to focus on the functionality. You have to make sure that it works. Not just that, this product is fine, no. Let me download it. After downloading it, they realize that they cannot use it. It is not functioning. It doesn't work. It doesn't meet the user need. So it is just what? In vain. You understand? So you must always focus on what? Functionality, because you are designing for the user. You must always what? Empathize with the users. Always think as the users. You put yourself in the users' shoes. Are we together? Please just signify if you are together, if you are following. All right, thank you. So another thing is what? Collaboration. Be collaborative. Learn to work with others, from designer, developers, managers, marketing, and the sales team. You have to what? Collaborate with them. And when collaborating, you have to what? Learn communication. You have to what? Know, have a communication skills. Speak to them in a respectful manner, because you'll be dealing with a lot of people. when you want to communicate with the, let's say the UI, I said UI, the front end developers, and let's say that they didn't implement your product very well. You have to speak to them in a way that they will understand and they will feel like, okay, what you are saying is true. Do you understand? But when you communicate in a bad manner, it will affect your product, because there will be a bridge in communication, and it will be telling on the product at the end. Do you understand? And that is not your goal as what, as a product designer. Lastly, patience. You have to be patient. As a product designer, you have to be patient. When you are designing, you don't rush to design. You don't rush to design. You, you just come back and what? You just come back and what? And meet it. So you now realize that you wasted time. So it's better you are, you don't, in this field, you don't do to the answer. You have to be careful, because if you do the to the answer, you will meet it at the front and you now come back to it. So it's better you what? You are calm, patient, and do whatever you want to do gingerly. You do it gingerly. So what am I trying to say? That by the end of this boot camp, you won't just know what product design is. You will also have the skills to design digital products from start to what? To finish. From conceptualization to what? To launch. Do you understand? You will know how to what? To design digital products from start what? To finish. So um as I round up, or round off rather, I want you to know that product design is sweet, enjoyable if you put in the work, and if you are ready and you see yourself that you need to what? You need to what? Be consistent and committed. You understand? The applications you are seeing today, the website you are seeing today was designed by a product designer. Even if you don't know the product designer, you will surely what? You surely know that a product designer has designed this and is working. So uh every app you use today and design, every app you are using today, just know that is designed by what? By someone. And not just someone, that person that designed the app you are using today was once like you, sitting pretty in a what? In a training like this. You understand? So one thing is this: you don't need to know how to code, you don't need to know how to draw. You understand? Someone like me, I'm very bad at drawing. You understand? So I don't know how to draw, but I've designed a lot of our product that is useful, usable, and desirable in the market presently. So what am I trying to say? That you don't need to know how to code, you don't need to know how to draw. All you just need to have is what? The necessary skills. Do you understand? Pay attention to details, be curious, be empathetic, show your willingness to learn. Do you understand? So this week is just what? To get you comfortable with tech, with product design, so to speak. And as we go deeper into design thinking, product life cycle, usability testing, empathy mapping, and the likes, you will realize that it is something that really worth your time, and it's something you'll be grateful for. So once again, I welcome you. I'm really looking forward to working you through this journey, and not just working with you, to hold your hand, and we work together. And I wait to see what to see the product you will create. Do you understand? Thank you so much. So questions now. Your questions can definitely come in now. So if you have questions, you can ask now. All right. This solar Alawiye, you have the floor. Adesola, you have the floor. You can unmute your mic and just ask. Okay. Wisdom, you can proceed since Adesola is not ready. Wisdom, Ikechi, you can proceed.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for the opportunity and how well you've explained um, this course to us. Thank you very much. So my question is, I just want to know, is the class is going to be once every week or like how many days are we going to be having classes in a week?
How many days you'll be having classes? So just as Mr. Chris said in the general body, and Mr. Ademi has reiterated that earlier on, that this journey is through your LMS. There's an LMS platform whereby you take your courses. So I want to believe basically it's an 8-week program. So it's not really about how many times a week. It's about you getting the videos on the LMS and watch it, learn from it, and if you have questions, we wait for the live classes, which has to do with the question and answer session in a week, once a week.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Can anyone hear me? Please confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, I
Hello,
can
can
hear
anyone
you.
hear me, please? Okay, okay, thank you. Once again, Mr. Oladimeji, thank you so very much for this session. It was pretty insightful. Um, I must really appreciate it personally. Right, so I guess we'll just take a few questions and then we can wrap it up and call it a day. I see that we have a few persons hand being raised. I'll just take them seriously. I think some people are dropping down. So, Adebanjo Oluwaseun, do you have any question you want to ask?
Yes, okay. I was not at the onboarding session, so I'd like
I
to
don't know
know
if
more about the
I'm
LME.
struggling to hear you. I don't know if it's from my end now.
Okay, I said I was not at the onboarding session. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I was not at the onboarding session, so I want to know what the LME is about. I don't know anything about it. So then how do I access the LME? Is there an app I have to download,
Okay,
or is
so
there a link?
okay, yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. So the LMS is learning management system. It's an invite only system, right? So what we are doing is invite only. Right, so you would get an invite before the end of the week with instruction on how to navigate it. Right. So the invite will come with your email, which is the email that you're using registering for this training, and then your unique password and then a password. So upon signing in, you'll be prompted to change your password to something more personal to you for security reasons. Right. So it's not necessary to download any app. It is web based. So you access it from the web, from your browser, any browser at all. You can always access it on your phone as well because it's mobile responsive, but we would not recommend that you take classes on your phone. But sometimes you might just want to maybe forsake of data and all of that. Yes. So basically that's it. I don't know if that really addressed your question. Someone said, are we getting certificate after the end of 2 months? Yes, Adesola Olawiye. I don't know. Sorry, my apologies. Adesola is fine. You get a certificate at the end of the training. We usually issue a certificate and the recommendation letter upon request after you had fulfilled the requirement for graduation, right? Which is you have done the training, like skill through the training, all of the individual assessments, done your capstone projects. You're part of a team that had built a product for the 5 weeks boot camp, and then after then we'll issue a certificate. So if you go on, like if you try to, if you check online, people that were in our last cohort or our previous cohorts, but speak to them, they all got certificates. Those that actually finished got certificates. Some actually shared. Actually, you get the certificates. Can we use modular for it? Joy Mowa, no. So the elements it's built internally, so it's not like you cannot access it with modular. At least we're not integrated that yet. Maybe we will later. Yeah. Adebanjo, I don't know if you have another question because I see your hands are still is still being raised up, or you might want to lower it if you do not have any other question. Okay, so I think that there are no other questions. So if that is the case, we will call it a day. Our time is fast spent. Once again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Yakub Oladimiji. And I don't know, um, um, our coordinator earlier, I think he's having some issues, technical issues on his end, which is why I had to just hop in. I don't know if he had shared a few things with you guys. That there's a lot going on. There's a lot that has been invested. We usually advise or suggest that everybody that decides to take part in it actually put in the work because it is usually you know how we'll be pleading at the start of the class, right? We'll be pleading that you should try and attend classes, you should try and take assignment seriously. The reason is because we always get issues with students or with learners that decide to join later. So they'll start having, please now, I cannot do this, or I didn't do this, or I was clinical, I was this, I was that. So in trying to avoid that, we just try to emphasize it more. Be sure that you do your assessment, be sure that you do the assignment, be sure that you just be part. If there's a class going on, you should take part in the class, right? If you will be joining any class, you reach out earlier to your community manager or your class rep or maybe your instructor in an extreme case, right? Just to inform them because class attendance is very important. It's part of the requirement for graduation. So which is why we usually stress that we try and attend. And then, so the last thing we'll be doing is for every class, we usually have a class captain, a class captain. Permit my mind. I know that's not the best word. I've forgotten what to call it now. But it's more like a class captain and then an assistant captain, a class rep, a course rep, and then an assistant class rep. Right. So we'll be doing that for this class as well. So this is how we'll do it. If you wish to be one, you could indicate by just maybe dropping a message on the chat box and then we'll pick a class captain. We'll do a poll on Slack. We'll pick a class captain and an assistant class captain. So if you feel like you could do it, right? So for every class captain, these are the things that we expect of you. And typically, you'll be more like an intermediary between the instructor and your fellow learners, and sometimes the admin and your fellow learners as well. So communications and some organization will be passed across through you, right? Will be channeled through you. Um, and so for that reason, we usually suggest that you at least have ample time to be able to accommodate a lot, right? So not like you know within yourself that your schedule is very tight, and then you not decide to want to be a class captain. It might be difficult for not just you, but for your fellow learners because sometimes an information we want to pass an information across to the learners, and he has to go through you, right? Or maybe an instructor wants to maybe give maybe one assignment or want to communicate something within an assignment for the rest of your colleagues, right? And then he has to do that through you. But because you're maybe he sent a message in the morning or sent a message say this night, and then the deadline is maybe tomorrow evening, and then you will get to respond to the message the day after, over 24 hours, or over 48 hours later. Right. So do that now we look at. We know that everybody is busy, you're most likely working or you're in school or something. However, we would say that you should have at least some time to most of the time just to forward messages or maybe just maybe a few typing and that's all. Right. And then to try and because you need to be speaking to your people. I just need to just emphasize what it will look like to be a class captain. Yes. So I've said enough. So if you wish, you can nominate yourself, you can nominate somebody, but would get some names now, and then would with those names do a poll on Slack. Everybody would get to vote, and then we'll pick our class captain from there. So the person with the highest votes would be the class captain. The person with the second highest vote would be the assistant class captain. Yes, so those are the basic things. So I see Wisdom Kelechi. So we have the first person, Wisdom Kelechi, Wisdom C Kelechi. So I'll wait for other names to come on. Okay, sorry, not Kelechi, Ikechi. Sorry, my apologies. So we have Wisdom Ikechi. Does any other person wants to volunteer or want to nominate yourself? I have Adebanjo, Adeoti, Adeshola, Ahmed, Ad, Ajishafe, Janet. That's not be good news. That's not be good news. That's not be good news. Habiba Tafa, Joy Mowa, Madubike Precious, Obobe Chubiki, Oriofe, Oyinka Sola Disa, Peace Ade, Adebisi, Rofiat Bidemi, Samson Olushola, Soma, Samuel Alade, Wisdom Ikechi. So Wisdom Alade volunteered. Those names that I double emphasize were people that were part of our last cohort. I think I still recall their names. I mean, there are people that were part of the last cohort, but those ones I think I still recall. Okay, Madu BK Precious. I see that your hands are raised. What's up? Talk to me. Precious, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening. Thank you for this amazing session. Please, are we going to probably get a recorded version of this?
Yes. I think I didn't mention that. Okay, I thought it would have been mentioned. So every of our live classes are recorded, right? So you can always get to see them again on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, which is Dive Africa. Every of our sessions are recorded. So and then they are uploaded 24 hours later. Sometimes earlier than that, but usually 24 hours later.
Okay. I would
So,
also like to nominate for class rep or assistant, any of them.
so we have a second
Okay.
person. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Madubiki.
Madubike Precious. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think I didn't mention that as well. So every of our classes every classes that is being held, every classes that we hold, the recording is usually online on our YouTube. They are all recorded. So you can, in case you skip it for one reason or the other, or you join and your network was fluctuating, or you join but couldn't stay to the end because of one reason or the other, maybe power cut or something, right? Or you most likely joined it because for those of you that live in Lagos and then you're head up in traffic, you got home a little late and then you joined late, so you can always rewatch. Or you were in the class you were in the whole class, but maybe you really understand for the first time, you can always go and rewatch whatever your instructor is saying, and they can always get it. So I see that there are no names, so we already have two persons. Unless any other person wants to volunteer or nominate themselves, we will just run a poll with these two names and whatever, and then whoever has the highest vote becomes the class captain. The second person becomes the assistant class captain. So that's what we'll do. So that being said, sorry, 1 second. So that being said, I think we'll call it a day now. It's almost 8. So once again, thank you everybody for joining. The time is much valued. We would not waste it, and we hope that you not waste ours as well and our resources as well by taking the classes very, very seriously. And yeah, we would catch up by, so you get the invite before the week runs out, and then we'll catch up next week. Yeah, so that being said, bye for now. Do enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you very much.